It's President Uhuru Kenyatta's State of the Nation address. That was his third. There was a lot of heckling. That was one very dramatic day for some of us who watched that State of the Nation address. It touched on several issues, and it was a dramatic beginning for the joint sitting of Parliament as 8 lawmakers, including a senator, were expelled from the House for being disorderly. The MPs attempted to stop President Uhuru Kenyatta from making the State of the Nation address by blowing whistles whenever Uhuru tried to speak. Our parliamentary reporter Patrick Amimo has the details.
President Uhuru Kenyatta was ushered into the National Assembly's chambers, ready to deliver a State of the Nation address as is demanded by the Constitution. But as he rose to address the House, a section of lawmakers started blowing whistles, forcing him to stop.
I want to draw your attention to the provision of Standing Order number 111.
The invocation of that standing order did not bring order to the House. For close to 30 minutes, the chambers had been turned into a house of whistleblowers. The parliamentary broadcasting unit cameras did not zoom in to identify whistleblowers.
I order the Sergeant at Arms.
Speaker of the National Assembly ejected 8 members allied to the Orange Democratic Movement from the chambers, with his counterpart in the Senate ejecting 1 senator from ODM. Apart from being forcefully ejected from the House, Speaker Justin Muturi slapped further punitive measures on Wandai.
Shall order such member to be removed, and such member shall thereupon, without question put, be suspended from the service of the House during the remainder of the session, and shall during such suspension forfeit the right of access to the precincts of Parliament.
Wandai was ejected from the chambers by parliamentary orderlies. The orderlies, eager to implement to the letter the Speaker's directive. Wandai appeared irritated by their action.
Do whatever you want to do, but you cannot turn back the clock of history. This country has come far, and there's no way we shall accept anybody to bring back dictatorship as we watch.
Wandai's suspension means he will not step in Parliament up to end of January next year, besides losing his salary and allowances. The 5th session begins February next year. 7 other lawmakers who had been ejected from the chambers expressed their disapproval outside.
This House, Jubilee today marked, we were told 5 people were marked for each one of us. What is that? The other day, some of us were violated in this House. They think that can silence us. No, cannot silence us.
I've heard the president saying that they're done with the entertainment. Let me tell him, this is not entertainment. This is the beginning of a revolution in this country. He has no idea what is coming his way.
And here is a take from both sides of the House on the action by the speakers to eject lawmakers who attempted to block the president from making his speech.
I think the Speaker of the National Assembly should have sent even more people outside. I think sometimes they should be allowing us to deal with these people, because this is hooliganism in the House.
It's a shame. They should have listened. They should have tolerated, so that whatever they had is close to their hearts, expressing on behalf of Kenyans, is expressed. Any fear in chasing them out is unacceptable, and it's a clear show that they are intolerant to matters, democratic practices in this country.
The actions were unfortunate. I'm very proud of my members of Jubilee who stood, in a mature kind of way, refused to get drawn into the confrontation that was actually the intention of those members of ODM, not CORD.
So maybe they decided to behave in that particular manner. Maybe it will be appealing to the constituents that they come from. But to me, as a member of Parliament for Kiminini, obviously I wouldn't have done that, because I go as per the law and in line with our standing orders.
Those who left are all CORD members, actually ODM. But whatever was transpiring was both sides shouting at each other, trying to bring each other down, because people wanted at least to make some preliminary suggestions before the president's speech.
There are ways to make criticism, and there are ways to improve and to say you're not happy. where everybody had a right to get up and walk out. That was not going to be disrespected to the president. It wasn't.
And a look at the pluses and minuses in the president's address.
Particularly on the part that he has condemned the misuse of funds by the county governments. He has cautioned the county governments that they must be accountable for all the funds that they got for the use of the betterment of the public.
You are talking about national values. We are talking about these things like inclusivity. The president talked very well, but can he walk the talk? In the recent appointments we've seen, majority of the people being appointed to his government, we are seeing they are being skewed towards two main tribes. And these two main tribes, one, the president's tribe, and the deputy president's tribe. So we expect him to change and walk the talk.
It was President Uhuru Kenyatta's fourth State of the Nation address in Parliament. However, his speech could not take off for 30 minutes following disruptions by a section of members of Parliament. It forced the two speakers of the House to invoke standing orders to chase at least 8 members of Parliament from the debating chambers. It is now up to the House Powers and Privileges Committee to give the sanctions that the expelled members will be subjected to. Patrick Amimo, KTN News, Parliament.